Hey YouTube, it's Asoth here, the Hodgepodge Witch. Sorry about the camera, it's kind of crappy, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. um, as you can see, that's my altar right there, my goddess altar. So obviously today's video is on altars. So why have an altar? What's their function? So an altar helps to set your focus and your intentions for rituals, for magical working, for spell work, anything like that. So pretty much it's a work table. You'll have all your spell work, your spell components out there to charge or whatever you need to do with them. So that's pretty much what an altar is. So when it's not being utilized for ritual, you can just place objects on it pretty much however you want to. As you can tell, that's what I do. I just put them wherever feels right. It's just an altar is there for you. It's whatever makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel empowered, makes you feel energetic. So that's why I have all my little doodads and stuff on there. So if you feel something odd needs to be placed on your altar, so like I've got a turtle shell thing right there that my husband found, and so it's on there. So that's where it is. So if you find something odd that you feel needs to be placed on your altar, just put it there. It's for you, you know. So you can use one as in an altar for a primary workspace, or you can use it for honoring ancestors, another for offerings to deity, another for to a specific matron or patron, for anything like that. So just don't be afraid to use pretty much any flat space that you have or that you want to use as an altar. Just use it as an altar. Do what feels right to you. So some things to think about before preparing an altar. Do you want your altar to be visible to everyone? So say that you're not out of the broom closet yet, or you live with family and you don't want your athame laying around just for anybody to pick up. So think about ways that you could maybe tuck your tools inside. So maybe a chest or a trunk or an armoire, something that could close, if you didn't want them visible. But if you do and you don't really care, then pretty much any flat space. So do you have children or animals that like to get up on your altar or play around with your stuff? So then you may want to have a lock on something, not have your tools just sitting out where fur faces can come and knock them off like my cat does all the time. Do you want your altar space to be movable? Do you want it to be permanent? So obviously this is on a bookshelf. See my books down in there. So I can't move this one. It's not as mobile as I would like it to be, but I have others for mobile uses. There are ones like tables. You can use tables, folding chairs, even anything that that could move could become a mobile altar. So where to place it? I like my altars usually to be across from a window or in front of a window. So the light's really bad in here because I'm doing the video at night, but the window is that way. I don't know if you can see. But so when the light comes through, what little we do get here, it kind of does hit my altar. But it's up to you if you want to put it in the north, the south, the east, the west. If you want to be in front of a window, if you want to hang it on a wall, it doesn't really matter. Just whatever is comfortable to you. So think about what items you're going to place on your altar. If you're a hodgepodge pagan or hodgepodge witch like me, obviously you're crazy eclectic mix of whatever, because I've got some Egyptian going on, and then there's just a little painting that I did, and that's a statue that my mom gave me, or my grandmother. So just whatever feels right. So what is the purpose of this altar? Is it an ancestral altar? Is it a working altar? Is it just a place just to honor deity? So obviously this is just my goddess altar. It just has everything to do with the great goddess. So I have like an Egyptian goddess, and then I've got a couple of basts over there, and then like I said, that statue that my grandmother gave me, and that kind of represents the goddess within the self, or the higher self, because when she gave that to me, she told me that it was because I was a thinker. So that's why I have that. Uh-oh, dropped the camera. So that's why I have that on my goddess altar. So after you've decided all these things, like what you're going to place on it and where you're going to place it, the first thing you need to do is cleanse whatever you've decided to use as your altar. And I don't just mean wipe it down with, pledge or whatever. It has to be both physically and magically, or at least it should be. It doesn't have to be. It's all your practice. So you wipe down whatever you're cleaning with a cleaning agent, and that takes care of the physical part. So then you have to do the magical or the energetical and the astral cleaning part. So most witches and pagans, we cleanse with white sage. So I want to show you my god side altar. So this is the goddess side. Over here, this is all, I can't get backed up here. That's all the god altar. So I've got my stag antlers. Oh, I got a little brighter there. Stag antlers and my horn and some oak leaves and my stag and the charge of the horn of God and all that stuff. But right there in that bowl, this is all sage bundles that I use. So most witches, we love white sage. We burn white sage for everything. Absolutely everything. So, I'm going to leave that right there. That's a nice little view. So, that's for getting all of the nasty energy stuff that's built up on it. Prior owners, anything that you used it for before. Everything has an energy and everything soaks up energy. So you want to, if you're going to make your altar sacred, then you want to cleanse all that nastiness out of it. And you can do that with white sage. You can also do that with sea salt. You can do that with regular incense, dragon blood. You can do that with lemons, even onions. I've heard people do it with eggs. Just any kind of cleansing method that works for you. Then you can just use it. Just be sure that if, say, I'm cleansing this, which is wood, so I really don't want to use salt water on it because it's going to deteriorate it. So I would use sage. So your intent is key. You could even put salt water in your cleaning agent to do both magically and the physical cleaning all at once. The point is just to stay focused. Make sure that you get all those nasties out, and you'll be able to feel it once you do some energy work. So after you've completed the cleansing, then you can consecrate it, which means you just make it sacred, or you bless it in the names of the Lord and Lady, if that's who you follow, or a specific god or goddess. So you would just lay hands on it, put some energy of your own energy into it, and, you know, I consecrate thee in the name of the Lord and Lady, Samote be, or however you want to do it. You could also consecrate your tools, like this is my little wand here, that go on it after you consecrate everything, and then make sure you place them with intent. And the last step, if you are following along with me, or if you just choose to do it, is charging. And when we charge objects, that's when we imbue objects with power. So that could be an altar, this little stone guy. It can be anything, any object you can choose to charge. And you can do that with personal energy, with personal power, or you can do that with moonlight, sunlight, rain, water. You can charge it during a thunderstorm by sitting something out for a little while. So you can consecrate and charge at the same time, like I said, by putting your hand on the altar and pushing energy into it. So it could also consecrate it and charge it at the same time. But as always, the choice is yours as to what you want to do and what you want to put on your altar. So I'm going to give you a quick altar tour. I've got my little charge of the dark god. And I got this cute little smudge man. And a switch witch. I sent her a book of shadows, and she sent me this and some earrings and a dream catcher that she made. I got some staffs over there. That's all my altar stuff. I've got my owls and my anointing oil. So, like I said, I do have other altars and stuff, but they can't be on camera, or I'm not ready for them to be on camera. I think that was my finger in the way, whatever it was. Apologies. So that's my tidbit on altars. If you have any questions, just comment, email me, or whatever you want to do. So, blessed be, guys. Thanks.